So many people have got so many problems because they have got so much mental body issues. Their mental body believes so many things that are, well, if you believe them in your heart of hearts, they're true for you. So, and the fact is that you grew up on a planet where you were brainwashed because the people, who are your parents' generation and their parent generations were also brainwashed. A lot of times it was because, well, what was it? You have to look back in history, the history that we have available to us. So many things that where did it all begin? All this. It goes way, way back, generations and generations and generations and generations and generations. But, like old folk tales, like chicken soup will cure a cold. But if you believe a common cold is caused by a cold virus, go look up on Google a picture of the common cold virus. And then look up a can of Campbell's chicken soup and put the two pictures together. And you tell me how Campbell's chicken soup is going to cure a virus, the common cold. But this is what the old wives' tales say will help. It's a remedy. It makes no sense. But if you believe it, if you believe that a virus can cause a common cold, it will in you. And if you believe that chicken soup will ameliorate the symptoms of a cold, it will. It's your beliefs, and these are stuck in your mental mind. If you can silence your mental mind, can you bypass the beliefs? Maybe a bit. The issue is your mental mind is connected with the group mind of primarily humans, possibly other kinds of beings, but let's say primarily humans, because the human collective is a giant storehouse of beliefs. And if enough humans really believe these beliefs, they are true for our reality as a whole. So, this is what they call the hive mind. The hive mind believes these things to be true. Are they really true? The hive mind is really wrong. It's it's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. And for us to break from the hive mind, we have to do a lot of meditation to silence our ego mind, our own personal ego mind. And then you still have got everyone else is plugged into the hive mind because they don't meditate and they don't do anything except keep adding to everything that they can get. The mental mind is, I gotta have it, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. So it just keeps picking up things. Now you say, well, I'm not a reader, or I'm not a news junkie or a YouTuber. I don't pick. Yes, you do. Humans love to gossip. And they listen and listen and they listen to what the person at the restaurant 3 tables over is talking about. That's like, are they talking about me? Number one thing they want to know, are they talking about me because of fear factor? I know it myself. It's like, your ears are always because you've seen people get beat up in front of you. So it's, your natural defense system is to always be alert and listening to see who's behind me. Some people don't like, they only like sitting with their back against the wall because they don't want people sneaking up on. One time I was in the men's room when I was about 19 years old and I was standing at the urinal and somebody came up behind me and shoved me and I didn't see them. And for a long time I was like, I don't want to use the men's room because you're very vulnerable. You're standing there and you're trying to relax to have a pee, and once someone has done that to you, you're always on your alert. It takes a lot of time. And do I have the problem? No, I'm still pretty much, if someone walks in the room, I'm taking a pee. It's like, I'm on edge. So it never goes away. Is it trauma? It's absolutely trauma. And we have got our guard up all the time because we don't trust humans, because we've lived with humans long enough to know they're untrustworthy. And so that's what we're always listening for, danger. Where's the danger? We're always listening for danger, which means we're always picking up the information. The first thing you're doing, are they talking about me? And you have to listen for a while and listen for a while, and you're listening very intently. But what else are you getting? You're getting whatever they're talking about. And if they're talking about, oh, I'm on some new drug for diabetes, you pick that up. You'll know because next time you hear somebody talk about, I got diabetes, you'll remember that, somebody three tables over was talking about a new drug. Did you hear there was? You will do it. It's human. It's the way that memes work. Memes work this way. Meme jumping. It's just because we're so alert and we're looking for danger, but we pick up all the other information. Now, is any of this information good information? Good, bad, or indifferent? We hear it and it goes into our minds. It goes in there. So does it get added? It gets added to all the junk. The human hive mind is so full of junk. So even if you meditate and you know it's full of junk, you still have to live like you're a human. Because even if you can get to the point where you can convince your own mind, you can convince your own mind that you're living in a place full of just junk information. And yet the rest of your bodies, your emotional bodies, your physical bodies, your different layers of your aura, interacting with others and interacting with the whole collective consciousness of humanity, it's all connected. Your mind, your conscious mind, is not strong enough to overpower the collective consciousness of other humans. How rare is it for someone to disconnect completely from the matrix? Dr. David R. Hawkins, the consciousness researcher, he said at any one time on the planet, there are only maybe 6 sages out of 8 billion people. 6 people out of 8 billion are unplugged. And maybe there's more. But it's not like, in a restaurant, one person in the restaurant is unplugged from the matrix, or one person in a city of 100,000 is unplugged. No, no. It's more like Dr. Hawkins. Is there one person in your town who is unplugged? I don't think so. Maybe partly. Maybe partly because you get to the point where a lot of it is garbage. I know a lot of it is garbage, but my body still is afflicted with common cold symptoms, flu symptoms, all kinds of symptoms that you would say are go see a doctor about them. So even though my mind knows a lot of this stuff is bullshit, you've just got too many years of being human. And your mind is really not separated from everyone else's mind. It's the sixth sense. The phone will ring, and sometimes you know who's on the phone before you pick up the phone. You just know it. Mother's intuition, everyone's got it. And intuition, it's not from your brain. It's because you're connected to all these other people. The Hawaiians call these connections aka cords. And you've got aka cords connecting you to everyone else. And information travels through these aka cords. And feelings connect to you. And shitty things can come through these aka cords, and healing can come through aka cords. But the whole point of the lecture is, if we have a lot of people meditating and learning how stupid a lot of these beliefs are, perhaps we can really improve the hive mind. Can we Yes. If you really work hard, if you go to an isolated cabin somewhere for 10 years and do nothing but be by yourself and meditate and watch these thought forms come up, you could probably disconnect from the hive mind. But, next time you have to go into town to buy groceries, um, you're not going to have too much effect on those other people around you. Some effect, yes, you can have some effect, but you're not going to disconnect them because they're going to have to spend a lot of time with you in order to disconnect and wanting to disconnect. In other words, wanting to silence their monkey mind. If they don't, it ain't going to happen because each person's got an individual will, individual intention. And if they don't have the intention to silence their monkey mind, it ain't going to silence, and they're going to be hooked into the matrix. So exiting the matrix for you, well, work on it. If we get a lot of people working on meditation, we can improve our collectivity. But actually exiting the matrix as a sage, oh, go for that. I mean, it's for you. And, the idea about getting enlightenment for other people, well, they will benefit because the more people that are at higher vibration on the planet, the better we're all going to be. It's going to make it easier for everyone else to meditate to get inner silence. So it's definitely worthwhile. Is there anything more worthwhile? No, there's really nothing, because if we can get rid of a lot of these stupid things, maybe we can get rid of the common cold, and it won't be by using vaccinations. It will become, it won't be a thing at all. Maybe in a history book, it'll be in history when people on planet Earth had very low vibrations, they believed in sickness was caused by bacteria and viruses and toxic things in the air. But once you get to a higher vibration, you'll see all these things are thought forms. They're mental things. And if you get a high enough vibration, they won't affect you. So it's worthwhile for you. And your vibration counteracts a great deal of negativity. The higher you vibe, the more negativity that you cancel out. So if you and a group of people start meditating and, do your spiritual work, it's going to benefit everyone. But for now, this all came about because someone was publishing something on Facebook about some drug that had 32 pages of information booklet talking about side effects, and they said, "Don't take the drug." It's no, you have to take the drug. You have to take it because even though you are concerned about the 32 page, they have to publish that. That's the results they got with real live humans. But, if you've got diabetes, you have, and they say you need insulin, take your insulin. Don't be stupid. And, if you got a bad cough, and, you go to the doctor and they said, take antibiotics, take the antibiotics. I also understand the desire to break free from big pharma, because I want to too. Believe me, I do. But it's not just me who's affected by whatever big pharma has been given to prescribe me. It's all the other humans in the matrix. If I stop taking my medications, the other humans are they're going to get very upset. It's just like the vaccine people. I mean, the people that don't want to give vaccines, look at the reaction of the other ones who are afraid. It's fear factor. If you don't get vaccinated, you're going to get sick and give it to me or my children. And I hate you. I hate you. Don't you understand what it's like to lose a child? That's where they're coming from. So, yes, it's true that there's minute little bits of this, that, and the next thing in the vaccine. Does the vaccine work? You have to go back to polio. Polio was a most scary thing in like the 1940s, let's say. And when the vaccine came out, polio was basically eradicated. Vaccines work. Is it the belief of the people that they're going to work, or is it something else? I don't know. But if you look at polio, You have to look at that when that was the major thing that convinced people that vaccines work. And then they started using it on all other kind of childhood diseases, and it worked. So, I mean, these are outliers where they have bad reactions. A few people have bad, but most of the people, vast majority of the people, didn't get polio anymore, and it was a horrible, horrible disease. So, keep meditating, and if you're prescribed your medication, take it. Should you get the flu shot? Well, what have your past reactions been to the flu shot? For me, sometimes I get a little bit of soreness on my arm. Basically, I don't have a reaction to it. Does it get me through the winter without getting the flu? No, no. I mean, maybe I don't get the worst influenza, but usually I still get the flu. And I meditate every day. So if there's anybody who would be disconnected that you talk to here on the internet, it'd be me. And I'm telling you, I can't disconnect. Maybe I shouldn't say I can't. Maybe at some point I will be, but right now I'm not. This body still reacts to the collective, and the collective still gets sick. And then I don't know, that's all I'm going to tell you. So, in summary, meditate, meditate, meditate. Try to raise your vibration. But if you've been prescribed stuff, take your medication. I'm Harry Weaver.